Alright, so here's the pickup truck. It's a 2002 Chevrolet Silverado. It's a 5.3 V8. It's got that belt-driven fan in there. And we're going to be converting this over to the Flex-A-Lite 292 electric fans. So they're two fans, again electric, instead of relying on the clutch fan here. The biggest thing I want is at idle, at stoplights, or even just at idle if I park it, after a few minutes, and I should clarify by saying after about 10 minutes, it starts to heat up. So with the electric fans, it's going to be pulling more air, whereas the clutch isn't pulling as much air. And with the electric fans, it'll pull air all the time. So hoping that makes a difference. Alright, so we've got the shroud out, the fan, the clutch, all that fun stuff. This is a pain. It's just such a pain. Whenever he's got that, I actually cleaned the bottom of the radiator. There was a lot of debris. There's still a little bit left, and I'll get that. I'll blow it out, and I'll show you the fan that I'm putting together. All right, so I've got the fan somewhat put together. I'm not done just yet. So I'll show you the first part that had to get done is the wiring. I'm going to turn it around, see if I get better light. So the first part that I had to get done was the wiring. It's interesting that they make you drill a hole. I had to connect the wires that power the fan on both of them. I had to combine red to red, black to black. It's interesting that they make you drill a hole. I mean, it should be something that's pre-drilled and just ready to go. You know, I don't know why they do that. Then I went ahead and connected the two red wires. I put them together, and that goes to the yellow wire. And then the two black wires, put those together and connected those to the purple wire. And of course I covered it up in tape and zip tied it so it's out of the way. And as you can see, it's nice that they're zip tied, and so you're not going to have any issues. At the same time, I also had to mount this controller. Same thing. Why don't they have holes pre-drilled already? And they've got 3 holes to mount it on the actual unit. They got 1, 2, and then one other one here. Yet they only give you 2 screws. I don't understand that. But, and again, I had to drill my own holes. You know, it's pretty self-explanatory. You put the 2 in. Then, again, you have to drill more holes. Why they don't do that from the factory, I don't understand. But we've got the purple, the yellow, which then connected to, this is on the outside of the unit. The inside is where those lines that I just showed you, they all connected. The other part was this metal piece on top. I've got it loosely connected. So I've got it on top. I put the bolts here. And then of course, just for reference, of course this is the inside and this will be on the outside. This will be pointing towards the motor. So this will give you an idea of how this bracket goes. See if I can get it to focus. Okay, now I also went ahead and mounted these side mounts. So just braced it there at the top, and I just reused those bolts that I had before. Looks pretty good. A lot of space is opened up. I'm going to double check a few things before I keep on bolting everything down. Alright, so I went ahead and mounted it. I'll tell you one thing that I found interesting and I didn't expect. I was actually you know, putting this in, make sure everything fit well. And I had a 10 millimeter wrench sitting right here. It actually fell and it went in there, which actually landed in between the radiator, condenser, and all that other fun stuff at the bottom. I ended up having to take this shroud off because I couldn't get to it. And when I took it off, I discovered that between the radiator, the condenser, it was just full of leaves. You know, I don't know, I'd say 20% of leaves, you know, covering the whole thing at the bottom was covered, and you know, it was up several inches. And I'm kind of wondering if that might have helped contribute to the problem of overheating, especially at idle. I don't know if it did, but I certainly took the time to clean that out and brush it out. I even, you know, put some air through there to make sure it was all nice and clean. With that being said, I went ahead and hooked up the wires, crimped them with the butt connector, put some electrical tape around them. I ran this underneath the hose to make sure it's not touching. Ran it through here, behind this bracket here. I haven't put this away because I'm just kind of seeing how it goes, and I went ahead and connected them to my battery. So now what I'm going to do is hook up the rest of the wiring and see how that goes. Alright, so I've got the fans installed. I'm going to go test it out. Hopefully everything turned out okay. The wires are a little messy. I'm going to clean that up once I know that everything's good. So I want to just test it out, see what it, you know, what it's like, and then see if I'm good to go or if I need to troubleshoot something. Alright, so after this, I didn't shoot the video, but I turned the truck on. They work great. I can't tell you how much better the truck drove. You do feel that little bit of boost of power. Very, very insignificant, but you do feel it because the motor's more responsive. And also you don't hear that sound, that whirling sound of the clutch fan. So I really did enjoy them. I did want to say a couple of things. I bought the override switch. I highly recommend it because it forces the fans on, especially when you know you'll need them to be on. I recommend you doing that. And then also, I'm going to do a follow-up review on these fans to kind of give you an idea about my experience for my particular situation that I really think you'll find helpful. So hope you like this video. Subscribe and go check out that other video. Thank you.